Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, I don't even know what I'm going to title this. I don't know what to call this. I just want to talk about myself, Games Workshop, how I feel about 40k as a whole, how I feel about the hobby as a whole at this current time right now. Because there is some things I want to talk about. There's some things that I'm kind of fed up with. There's some things that I just can't be arsed with anymore, to put it plainly with you. I don't really want this to be kind of taken as a rant video. It's just me just talking, trying to just get things off my chest and how I basically feel about everything that's going on at this moment in time. So if that's something you want to listen to, then let's listen to it. If you don't, then, see you in a bit. Thanks for stopping by. Now, this kind of comes off the back of another video which I watched the other day, Winter's SEO. I'm sure you all know him. Fantastic guy. Fantastic channel. Awesome bat reps. Never got to play him, but I've heard he's running scared of me, of course. I'm just kidding. So he did a video the other day about Games Workshop and, all the problems that they're having at the moment. And I kind of, well, this is kind of jumping on the bandwagon of that video, but trying to look at it from my viewpoint, because Winters, he's very knowledgeable about the game, tournaments, building lists, playing it, everything like that. I always see that is his speciality, where my speciality, I see it more as, let's say, the general consumer rather than the general player. I don't play in tournaments. When I do tournaments, I finish last. I've got the spoons to prove it. I'm not that very knowledgeable about the rules because I've more or less gone off the rules of Games Workshop, which again we'll talk about later on in this video on why I don't really care about the rules anymore. And it's just the way that I've been feeling about Games Workshop as a whole. And I think where we are at the moment, for me personally, again, this is just my thoughts on this. I'm not saying, my thoughts are your thoughts. I think I'm in a bit of a rut at the moment with Games Workshop. And there's a couple reasons why. One is the pricing of the products. And again, I'm not turning this into a rant about the pricing. How many times have we talked about this? I know what people are going to say. Some people say, well, you don't understand the business practices, Valrak. They've got staff to pay, workshops to pay, yada, yada, yada. The way I see it in their financial reports, after they've paid everyone and they're making 60 mil, 70 mil profit, and they're still increasing the prices. For me, that is a little bit of a slap in the face. Again, I'm sure people are going to disagree with that, but you're entitled to disagree with it. I don't really care. But what is happening to the community that I'm a part of now, and my friends in that community, is that most of them are now just turning their back on Warhammer 40,000. Like I said on my stream last night, the only reason I'm still collecting Warhammer, the only reason why I can still afford Warhammer, that's the main point. The only reason I can still afford Warhammer is down to the generosity of you chaps who are subscribers, members, come to my streams and donate. I couldn't afford to buy Stormbirds, Thunderhawks, Gravis armor, all these tanks, everything like that I have in my collection. There's not a chance I could be able to afford that with the job that I used to have. Now, I see that going on now with the friends who I've started to play this game with. Like, me and a bunch of people got together when 8th edition came out, and most of them now are like, I'm sorry, mate, I just can't afford to play this game anymore. I can't afford to keep up with the release schedule, especially if you're like a Space Marine, and like Space Marines get new stuff more or less every other month, or I say every other month, every year they get big, massive releases, don't they? We all know this, we all meme it all the time, and they're just not able to upkeep with that. Some of these people used to have multiple armies because when they started to collect 40k, it was cheap to have multiple armies. Now there's like $9 for like every army. I know I'm exaggerating a bit, but there's constant the books and books and books. They're a costly thing, and of course with the models, the cost on top of that. And for me now as a person, I kind of feel in a position where the friends that I used to have, the friends I was really close with, have kind of all faded away now. And it's quite a crappy thing to see that your friends who you got into this hobby with are no longer a part of this hobby, and all the laughs you had, all the fun you had along the way is just not there anymore because of the price cost of the product. Another factor is kind of the way Games Workshop's behaved with their business side of things. Again, I know people are going to disagree. You're entitled to disagree. I'm not arguing like I am right and you are wrong. But for example, what happened with the whole community animation stuff, again, we've talked about this via my streams. I still cannot get my head around why they've taken stuff like Astartes, for example. This is the prime example. They hired the Astartes guy to work for them, and then all the Astartes work they've moved off YouTube and put over on Warhammer Plus, but they've also put it over on the Warhammer community website for free. Why not have content like that off these creators that you've basically bought into your system still available on YouTube? Don't you understand what YouTube is? It's one of the greatest community, probably one of the greatest marketing tools you can have in your arsenal if you know what you're doing with it. And you should know what you're doing with it because, of course, they're a massive multi-million pound and billion pound, people say, company. And it's like little things like that. And, of course, you know, pushing the content creators who are making this awesome stuff basically away from the brand and everything that they brought with it, because it just wasn't the product they brought out with that brand, well, attached to that brand. They also brought their community to that brand as well. And when you alienated them, you actually alienated an entire community away from your brand. And for me, that was a sad thing, because from 8th edition, I'm sure you all saw it, I'm sure you were all aware about it, we were like, yeah, Games Workshop's changed now. You know, they've got Facebook groups, you know, they've got a Twitter account, they're communicating more, they're accepting the social media side of things, you know, they're embracing the community. We were all like that. I was like that anyway. I was like, wow, this is really, really amazing, especially from like the days where we came from, where it was just no communication at all, and it went to like, you know, Games Workshop are just talking to us now. This is amazing. And now it seems like we're back at square one again, where we're back to those dark days, and it's just a kind of robotic response from Games Workshop. Yes, they're putting out their articles. Yes, they're doing this. But at the end of the day, it feels very manufactured rather than what it used to feel like, where it was community-based. Like, you felt close to the product. Now, you don't, well, I don't feel close to the product at all. And let's talk about me for a second, because this is like the perfect segment to weed my way in here, because I get this a lot, and I know why people say it, because it comes across as this. Everyone always says, oh, Valrak, you are a shill. You're a massive shill, you're a fanboy of Games Workshop, all you do is basically suck them off. You know, these are the comments I see all the time, and people are right to assume that, because the way I see Warhammer is, I love these little plastic toys. I love Space Marines. But this whole channel is a Space Marine channel. You know, Chapter Master Valrak. I love Space Marines. I do. I love their weapons. You know, I love their power armor. I love their chainsaws, their power saws. I love the product of Space Marines. So when I see products like Space Marines get released, and also, you know, other products, you know, like the Eldar stuff, I thought they were really awesome. I get excited at that, because I love to see these new little toys, these new little collectibles, because I love collecting. I love to paint. Yeah, I'm not the best painter in the world, you know, but that's the side I absolutely love. And a lot of people get confused, because I love that product, it means that I must love Games Workshop. And it's not. I try to explain this all the time to people. I think it was J2 Cents who said it the best. You can love a product but hate the company, or dislike the company, or disagree with the company that is making that product. And that's where I am. I love the models, but I absolutely dislike where Games Workshop's at the moment, and it's making me fall out of love with them as a company because of the actions that they are taking and have taken. So when you see like a new video of mine releasing saying, oh my god, new Space Marines coming, I'm not shilling for the company. I'm not getting excited because Games Workshop is an amazing company. I'm getting excited because the product they've made is something that I absolutely love. I absolutely adore. When I do my watch-alongs, it's all about the models. I couldn't give a absolute toss about all the corporate waffle that goes on those watch-alongs. You've been to my watch-alongs if you watch my content. You know, we mute all that. We're just there for the reveals. We're there to see the shiny stuff at the end of the day. Now, I just want to briefly talk about the rules. I say briefly because, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm not a tournament player. When I play the game, I've more or less come up with my own type of rule sets, how I play it, because I just go frustrated with the way the game is at the moment. If you love 9th edition, I'm not saying that, you know, you're an idiot or anything. I'm just saying I'm not in love how the rules are. Me as a person, I don't like the way it is. I think it's bloated with stratagems. I'm not a big fan of secondaries. I'm a kind of person, I like it type of like simple, simple Val, let's call me. I like to set up 2 armies, and I just like to roll dice, have a laugh. The social side of it is more of the aspect to me, rather than the gaming side, getting points and stuff. And I can completely understand if people disagree. No, I'm in it to win it. The tournament scene, for example. People who play in the tournament scene, you probably, right? I'm assuming here, you're in it to win it, right? Because that's what tournaments are. They're all about in it to win it. I've been to 2 tournaments. Sorry, I lied. 3 tournaments in my entire life. 1 with 9th edition, 2 with 8th edition. And the 8th edition ones were extremely fun. The 9th edition ones made my head hurt, or the one I had. It was like the SN No Retreat Heroes, like secondaries and, all that type of stuff. I was like, what's a secondary? Wait, I have to do this, these points and stuff. Yeah, it just wasn't for me at the end of the day. And now what I'm seeing with the rules and people informing, like, it's just recycled rules, just laid out in different phrases. Like, invulnerable saves were a thing. Now every other weapon can like ignore an invulnerable save. It's just like, what's the point? I don't get fun out of this anymore. I'd rather just say, hey, let's just do this where maybe we can do like 1 stratagem in a game, 2 stratagems in a game, the entire game's how many turns. Let's put 1 point in the middle. Let's just try and meet up in that middle point and just smash each other in the face and have a good time. Roll some dice. I don't care if you win. I don't care if I win. Let's just have some fun, because that's what it's designed for, right? Bloody fun. So to really sum up my feelings, really, maybe I should have said this right at the start, is at the moment in time, I'm enjoying the hobby part of it. I've got a massive backlog. I cannot remember the last time I bought something from Games Workshop, Element Games, should I say, 40k related. Model-wise, paint I buy because, of course, like I say, I'm painting and everything like that. And I don't think I'm going to be buying anything in the future. All this new Horus Heresy stuff that's being talked about, as much as I want it, I'm thinking to myself, do I really just want to get into that when there's like the passion inside of me is slowly just fading away in a bit? And it really hurts me to say that, because, again, I love Warhammer. That's not to say I love Games Workshop. Again, I love Warhammer. I love the lore. I love reading the stories. As I mentioned, I love Space Marines. I think the lore side is the only thing that's keeping me attached to this whole thing at the moment. Well, sorry, the lore and the community that I've based on my channel. And I've got to say this, for people who are part of my Discord, for people who come and chat to me regularly on the streams, you guys are just next level people who make me happy, make me smile. This is why I stream every day, because I consider you chaps my very, very close friends now. I'm not just saying that for like internet likes or anything like that. I absolutely look forward to streaming every single night, having that social interaction and just talking mad stuff about Warhammer. Without you chaps, I probably would have left. And this is why I understand why a lot of people are going frustrated and a lot of people are leaving. And now, really, in the position I'm in, and again, I'm not going to go into this too much in this video because I'm going to do a separate video covering this. I lost my job a couple of weeks ago. I was self-employed by the council, Manchester City Council, and my job basically was non-existent anymore. They moved it onwards. So I'm in like a position now where I think to myself, what do I do with myself now? Do I try and do YouTube full time? Do I try and get another job? Because of course, for people who know me, you know that I've got kids, I've got a partner, I've got the full shebang. So it's a kind of a risky thing, going to YouTube full time. But again, I'm not really going to get into this fully at this moment in time because you don't want to be bored with my bloody life. So I'm looking at Games Workshop, 40k as a whole now, and I'm thinking to myself, if I do YouTube full time, right, will it affect me in a way which will make me dislike it more, or will it bring more happiness to me? Because that's what it's about for me. It's about the happiness. It's about the enjoyment. Because I always say this: you live once. That's my look on life. You live once, and the thing that I want to do is look back on my life and say, those were good memories. I laughed, I had fun, I had enjoyment, and if I'm not getting that, if I'm not happy with something, then I'm simply got to walk away from it, because what's the point in sticking with something if you're not bloody happy? Anyway, Chaperoonios, I'm going to leave the video there. I'm sorry, this is nearing like 14 minutes worth of recordings. I'm sorry, this is kind of come off as a bit of a negative video. Again, that's not really my intention. I just want to talk. It helps to talk. Hopefully you chaps, well, I don't say hopefully, I just say, you know, maybe you chaps feel the same way. Maybe you want to talk about it. Maybe you want to share your feelings or anything. I don't want to turn this into, you know, an FGW, F this, F that, because I don't think that really helps anyone. You know, I like to have like a nice positive talk and just try and help each other as much as possible. Maybe get over this look, maybe just, you know, just share stories and just make each other smile and all that kind of bloody jazz that goes along with this. Anyway, enough waffling. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching as always. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post it down below and we can have a nice little talk down there as we normally do. See you now. Have a great day and bye-bye.